The majority of abusers are males, and I'm talking about physical abuse. The majority of abuse happens to women. So it's likely that when you're dating, you're going to run into one of these women who has really high walls, really thick walls. Because when women have been abused physically, sexually, or emotionally, they put up huge walls. Now, guys, if they're abused physically or sexually or emotionally, they too build walls. But guys are a little bit better at making a break through those walls, of learning to trust again, especially a woman, whereas that does not generally happen for women. Women are taught all their lives that the most important thing is going to have a relationship. And when women are talking and fantasizing about a relationship, an underlying theme that is always present is that a man will protect you and keep you safe. He will be someone that you can rely on, someone who would never hurt you. So when that's been violated in childhood, it's important you understand it's not only childhood. She carries that with her forever. And women seem to have, if abuse happens to them with someone that they cared about, whether it's a date rape or a growing up with a physically abusive father or mother, or a verbally or sexually abusive parent, it destroys their ability to love at a much greater depth than it does for guys. So if you're dating a woman who has really high walls and thick walls, and it seems like there's a crust around her, I'm going to give you 3 suggestions that I think can help you maybe dig up or break into a small area so some light can get through, so that she can learn to trust you. I'm going to underline your part in that, though. Trust is the essential part of helping someone let down their wall. And if you are that person who she begins trusting again, or in the case of a guy, he begins trusting you again, you owe it to yourself as well as him to stay true with being faithful and honest. Be transparent like you've never been transparent before, because that one skill alone is going to help her or him not only break down the wall, but make it so that they don't rebuild it up in quite the same way, so that they can potentially go on to love again. Okay, the first of the steps is you have to be incredibly patient. And if you're thinking, okay, I've done enough, I've gone over this enough, this is not the relationship for you. I mean, basically, when you date someone who has been abused, you are going to be called on to be the most patient you've ever been in your life. And that's because when you're relearning to trust someone, you have ups and you have down days. And the down days are what's going on with you in your other life. And if you've had episodes of people maybe being unreliable, untrustworthy, then you're going to generalize that into the relationship you have now. And so it's important that you understand timing is everything. Ask them questions and watch carefully for their response. Don't ever go too far, too deep with a question that they start closing down more, because when that happens, then they have to undo that to go forward again. And secondly, something I've already talked about, you have to be trustworthy. Your words have got to match your actions. And if they're not going to, like during the day, if you promise to pick something up and then you can see you're not going to, you can't treat it like I'll just tell her when I get home. You need to text her or call her and say, hey, listen, I'm not going to get time to do that. I wanted you to know because I realized I had promised you that. Any promises broken build a thicker wall, and that's the way it is. So if you're a person that makes a lot of promises but your follow through is weak, it's not going to work out with a person who has been hurt in the past or abused by their family of origin or a date of some type. And lastly, react to things in a way that validates her. In other words, you don't want to be judgmental. You don't want to start making it so that you start presenting, well, maybe they were just thinking this. There will be a time for that, but it's not now. You want to listen to her non-judgmentally, even the bad stuff that she may have said or done in the past. You want to be an ear where you can listen without judgment and still love her or still come back being supportive of her. Once you start making suggestions, like I think this could fix this or this could fix this, the wall goes up again. Because don't forget, she's had a lot of important people, very influential people, including maybe her father, who have tried to run her life, fix her life, and they've hurt her. And so she's going to draw that alliance with that memory anytime you try to step in and fix things. So if you're a fix-it kind of guy, or you like fixing things, solving puzzles, this is not a good place for you to be in, not yet. These three are the most important things, because if she will bring the wall down, if you can see a little light in it, then the relationship can deepen and you can take more opportunities to maybe ask her if you can help her fix this, or ask her if you can help her solve something. Ask her if you can help her do something. When she trusts you for that, then it's important that you don't let her down, that you're there 100%. A lot of relationships come in and they split. And the reason they split is because one of the partners said, hey, listen, I'm a patient person, but this is ridiculous. Like, she's making me jump through hoops I've never jumped through. Then it's not you. You weren't the person for this. And she's not using you. She's trying to heal from past hurt and abuse. And I'm telling you, it's different for women. And the reason it's different is because all we're told when we're growing up is that a man is supposed to protect us, keep us safe, cherish us, and love us. And when he fails at those things, it really does something to our heart in a way that it takes a long time to repair it. It is repairable, but you have to be that person who can work on it. And so it's important, because I don't want you guys feeling bad either if you say, I'm just not that patient, I'm gonna walk away. You have that right. And it doesn't mean you were a bad person. It just means this relationship is not for you.